Boom! Cloud Imperium have once again confirmed that they aim to release Star Citizen Alpha 3.16 later this week. So before Christmas, we are looking at updates today for that 3.16 patch, what's happening with it on the PTU, and what else is happening this week during the week of Luminalia in Star Citizen Universe. There have been various PTU patches doing a mixture of polish and fixing loads of bugs over the last few days. So let's talk about the last two. 3.16.0H fixed a couple of more minor problems. Depositing gems in Klesha Prison should now work. Horizon's Cloud View Arcade centered door should now open correctly. The close exterior prompts should now correctly close ramps or doors on various ships. And they fixed several mannequins in the Tammy & Sons shop that were missing armor. Tiny little fixes there. Bam. It's 3.16.0i though. That's the latest patch at time of recording and looks very close to a release candidate with a few stipulations here. So there was some polish to underground bunker missions. The NPCs there are now no longer police and are now guards instead. So that's actually quite an important difference because things like the laws that affect assaulting an officer are now no longer triggered, and they have increased leniency on damage taken from friendly fire thresholds of AI in general here as well. So bunker missions seem to be pretty complete and functional. They are hugely accessible now. You can play them. They work most of the time. There is still a problem with them though, and that is sometimes the NPCs don't come out of the elevators, or they can get knocked out in the elevators. Actually, what I think happens, as that is a known issue, and then you can't complete the mission. However, they are a lot more accessible and completable than they were previously. They increased the cost of size 10 MOA bombs, the mother all bombs. Then there was some solid bug fixes here too. Players damaging ships while exiting them has been fixed largely. Medical beds should now correctly heal injuries. Stars should no longer appear to flicker. AI names on bounty targets should actually correctly match the name of the bounty you're trying to get for the mission, and bounty missions and atmospheric bounty missions appear to be functioning correctly. At least there's a couple of times I tried them. Items should no longer highlight grey and be unusable. Players should no longer become stuck in queue for an ICU bed. Killing an AI wearing heavy armor with a knife takedown should no longer cause them to go and get back up and drop their weapon and then stop responding. It was a very weird bug. Gravlev vehicles should no longer be able to be flown to space by rolling side to side after gaining a trespass crime level outside Klesha. If you then log out and log back in, you should actually be at your original persistence location rather than automatically sort of teleported to Grimhex. There should no longer be replace me balls in the drug room of Jumptown as well, so that area is looking better, and it's important because Jumptown version 2 is sort of one of the major highlights of this patch. A couple of server crashes have been solved over the last two patches as well. However, there are still various known issues, a couple of which are critical to solve before live in my opinion. Spawn closets don't recognise unconscious AI. That can cause those bunker missions to not work 100% yet, which is annoying. I do want access to all of that stuff. Laser repeaters can directly damage ships through their shields, which is not intended. Prison missions do not spawn in Klesha Rehabilitation Facility. Ships sometimes won't appear at the in the customizer app. You can't repair, refuel, or restock at some areas, which obviously is not ideal. You can get stuck in the Reliance sleeping area. You are sometimes unable to select a system to join in the PU if you can't jump into the game. That's not ideal. Characters' heads, Mobiglass, and other equipment are missing after being released from Klesha. Again, there are problems with Klesha. They need to get these solved. Some of these problems have been an issue for a while. Bed logging on moons or planets can cause your ship to fall through the service. Ships may despawn after its owner's death. People can get trapped in the hammerhead turret still. You sometimes spawn in the wrong direction, which isn't ideal, but isn't awful, and weapons will not holster properly sometimes. I personally think that we're going to see a live build of 3.16 within the next 24 to 48 hours, but it is dependent on whether they can solve some of those more egregious bugs. Another couple of things I suppose I want to say is there's a bit of rebalance that may need to be done with the Ares Ion and Redeemer, as they have had nerfs and changes in 3.16 through that PTU that haven't been hugely popular. Really, for the Ion, it's just the SF-7E laser cannon. It's because it's not really the ship that's the problem, it's the weapon. It was expected to be highly accurate, a slow-firing, high individual shot damage weapon, and that's been heavily watered down, so it's very ineffective against fighters. The balance for it isn't finished yet, and even if they do have a poor implementation of it in 3.16, it's going to get heavily changed when we have physicalized components and physical damage and a load of other changes in the future. So don't be too annoyed if something isn't working the way that you want it to yet, because Star Citizen is an alpha for a reason. However, I do encourage people to civilly and concisely share their views on where they think the Ion should be going, how it works now, if they've had a chance to mess around with it in 3.16, and talk about that, because I think it's important for people to talk about what they like and don't like about the game, and where ships are and where they're not, and all that sort of jazz. The 3.16 patch is technically a modified branch of 3.15 as well, rather than just being its own beast. So that's going to be interesting, because it does mean that we've got a much smaller patch this time, but it could lead to a more performant and more stable patch and a more accessible game in the short term, maybe. That's my theory, that's my hope, that they'll go, you know what, 3.16 is really playable. It's the most playable, accessible, fun version of Star Citizen we've had. It is going to be partially dependent on any of those bugs, as long as they're solved, largely solved. And is Jumptown fun? Is it good? Is it fun? Does it add something to the game? Or is it going to be left by the curbside and sort of just like ignored because something's better, it's boring, it's too erratic, it's broken, something like that. So what else is happening this week in Star Citizen? Tuesday, there was a Galactopedia update. Lots and lots and lots of Star Citizen lore and important Star Citizen, sometimes tangible information that you can apply to the game. But it teaches you what's going on. One day the Galactopedia will be sort of phased into the game as well, so you can go, What is this Pitmon? Oh, it's a delicious fruit. Oh, what is a Banu? It's a delicious fruit. Wednesday is actually day of Luminalia. It is Star Citizen Space Christmas. It will be the last chance to get the calendar gifts and freebies on the RSI website. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then check out the RSI website. There's a post about Luminalia. I can't even say the word. And you can get lots of free little gifts there and add them to your account. But the 22nd is the last day to do all of that. And each day there was a little something. There was a very cool Banu knife as one of those gifts as well. But there are ship skins and forum badges too. Pick them all up. I am also expecting that the new Gravlev bike and Cutlass Steel to both go on sale on Wednesday as well. That's my expectation of when they're going to be on sale. Cutlass Steel, new, straight to flyable, Cutlass variant that is a drop ship. Very cool. New Gravlev bike. We don't know much about it other than it's got handlebars. Thursday, there are some bits for RSI subscribers with the new issue of Jump Point and updates to the subscriber vault, but they're also going to be releasing the RSI newsletter to everyone a day earlier. Friday, Cloud Imperium go on holiday. It's Christmas Eve. You can expect them to return early January, lockdowns allowing anyway. There should be a skeleton crew maintaining the Star Citizen servers and such to put out any fires as well, so they're not completely gone, but don't expect sort of concierge or customer service tickets to be answered as readily, things like that as well, and you won't have any Star Citizen shows for a little while. Well, not from them, but you will from us, from good old BoredGamer and Zinnia. We'll get your Star Citizen content out still. We'll find something. We might just look at Reddit and drama. We might play a load of 3.16. That seems appropriate, seeing that patch should be out. Cloud Imperium said, this is the last this week in Star Citizen post of 2021, and we want to take this opportunity to thank you for our support and inspiration over the years. We'll be back in January and look forward to what the new year brings. Have a wonderful holiday season, happy Luminalia, and until next year, we'll see you in the verse. Me and Zin will be having some days off around Christmas and New Year, but we are also going to be working hard this week to get some videos sort of done and pre-recorded. There is a huge amount we want to do in 3.16 once it goes live. But if you have anything specific you want us to check out or do a video on, then we'd love to hear from you in the comments. Talking about comments, are you looking forward to Alpha 3.16 live? Do you expect the Jumptown 2.0 event to be fun and awesome, or ignored and boring? What do you think about the ongoing balance to the Ares Ion? Are you going to be picking up a Cutlass Steel or a new hoverbike? What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below.
Ho ho ho, I'm a fat man with a beard, and I'm gonna sneak down your chimney and give you
NordVPN. That's right, I'm BoredGamer. I am that fat man with a beard. And it's Nordmas. So what do you want in your stocking for Nordmus, little Timmy? I want NordVPN with its useful security, privacy and locational spoofing features. I also want a racing car set. Of course you do, but as I'm not sponsored by Racing Car Set, maybe you should shut your little mouth, Tim. Merry Nordmus! For December, we are giving away an Origin 400i with a Star Citizen game package and lifetime insurance. This is a luxury multi-role explorer ship for 1 to 3 players to run together. It's like a little yacht in space. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during December. If you'd like to further support the channel, please consider clicking that join button underneath my videos. You can also become a Patreon or even donate. Thank you so much for watching, please take care, and I'll see you in the verse.